Faith, not failure. Don't get so caught up on the fact that you're having to wait to achieve something, because in that waiting, it's not that you are getting nowhere, it's that you are getting somewhere at a specific pace. God's timing isn't always on the spot for us, but it is always on the spot for Him. What we want in minutes may take years, but it's not that that's to hurt us, but to help us. Because when we get something too fast, it's harder to appreciate. And so there's this thing about make it about the faith, not about the failure. Make it about applying that faith and not about how many times you failed. It doesn't matter how many times you fail. What matters is how much faith are you putting into it. Because you keep sowing and you keep sowing, you keep knocking and you keep knocking, and it will come to pass. The only time that that isn't the case is when you're sowing to the flesh. But if what you are sowing to is of God, is of peace, is of love, is of joy, is of good things, is of things that are not grievous but delightful, then you will have those things, because God is not going to punish you for wanting good. God is not going to hold back on you for those things that you want when you are already ready for them. But when you're not ready, when you still have to mature, when you still have to let patience have her perfect work, so that you will be perfect, so that you will be entire and wanting nothing. Don't rush into something like we're going to get it done now, we're going to get it done now, because you can miss out on the beauty of it. And then there are some things that just, we're going to get it done now. I mean, problem solving, you know. It's not that you shouldn't have the drive to achieve something, but it's that in that drive, failure should not be a big obstacle for you. No matter how many times you fall, no matter how many times that you make a mistake, don't give up on those things which be of God. Don't give up on the faith walk. Don't give up on faith because of failure. Understand that God is not against you, that He doesn't want your life to suck. He wants it to be great. He wants you to have that perfection to where you will be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. He doesn't want you to get 50% and then, I mean, that's like you get 100% of the wealth, but you have 50% of the wisdom. That's not worth it. But you have 100% of wisdom and then 100% of wealth, then it's even. It's proper. And that's how God does it. He doesn't just allow, your faith has to be ready for that sort of thing. And the trying of your faith will work patience. Because if it didn't, money would get blown, relationships would get underappreciated. Instead of people loving people, it would just be people loving desire. That's why you build a relationship over time instead of overnight. That's why you build wealth over time instead of overnight. It's got patience in it. You gotta love the process, so that you're already used to letting patience have a perfect work, because when you love the process, you will get things faster. Because you're not being impatient, because you are being humble. By humility and the fear of the Lord are riches and honor in life. So if you want these things, be humble enough to have patience. Not that you're waiting, but how you act while you're waiting. I mean, that's like if you're building relationships, building a relationship with somebody, are you messaging them excessively? Or are you messaging them healthily? When you're playing a game, or you know, when you're working your job, are you giving up every time you fail, or are you pushing forward? Are you using discernment in that is, if it is a mistake and God just doesn't want you to do it, then you move on to something else. But if it isn't a mistake, and it's just going to take some more effort, for your faith to be tried more, then don't give up. Because it's not grievous to wait. What's grievous is to get everything all at once and not be able to handle it. We submit ourselves to God, and then we get blessed in every area of our life. But there still is a process of time to where we can grow into that perfection, that we will be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. Because if you have everything and you still want, then it didn't matter that you had everything. But if you have God, if God is the foundation of you having these things, then patience is no difficulty, because you know it's of God.
Report down. Mission failed. We'll get them next time.